Facebook, YouTube. We are not yet on television. So you'll have to continue making do if you are on television for the time being while you're stuck with me just for a little half hour. This program is specifically to deal with the achievements of the present government. So it's not going to be as sexy as the real issues or stuff like that. But I want you to always remember, because some of you sometimes say the PR is not good, we don't know what the government is doing. And the government is doing a lot. From 2021 to now, a lot has been done, a lot is happening. And you need to be abreast, you need to keep up to date so that you can disseminate. When people talk and say nothing is happening, you say, no, not true. And you can give an account, you're in a position to give an account of what is happening, so you could defend the government. That is what we mean by defend the victory. We don't mean defend the Labour Party. You don't have to be a member of the Labour Party. That is not the issue. You do not have to be a member of the Labour Party. What you have to be is a patriot. And if you are a patriot, you love your country, you sing the anthem, you say the pledge, you will defend your country. And the gains that we have made are important. And that is where you come in. So as you are informed, as you are brought up to speed, you will know and you could educate, you could pass on. So we're not going to fight with anybody. We're not going to browbeat anybody. We're just going to give the facts. No misinformation, no disinformation, no propaganda, no lies. We're going to just deliver the facts. Now, when I came on, I had things planned, but I saw a lot of stuff from the Prime Minister in terms of national security, because that's an issue that we have. We have to be honest. That's an issue. Cameron Law, on real issues, we will talk to you, but that's not for now. A lot has happened. So I have sent it to the technician, and we'll look at what has happened, what is happening, in the area of national security. So the Prime Minister has listed a number of things that he has done. And my technician I should have said my technician today is Mr. Nigel Nicholas. He's within and he already has one up. So we're going to take them step by step by step. You're going to read. You're going to read. I'm going to read. You're going to read. Okay. I think you are. Okay. He has sent. Right. Rebuilt and reopened the Centralized Community Safety Center, formerly known as Custody Suites. Mr. Prime Minister, fancy name, but I'll tell you, for us, it will always be Custody Suites. We know Custody Suites, it was demolished recklessly by a man who did not take anything into crime fighting. He gave the police a hard time. For no rhyme or reason, he demolished Custody Suites. And police, you heard that, you have suspects in a vehicle, you have to find a place to interview them, etc. Putting our national security at stake. This was a priority because we had the largest holding facility in the OACS. And that was demolished. The president one day on a Saturday came down because his son was the Prime Minister, and under his supervision, boof, Custody Suites went. A waste of taxpayers' money. Spent over $1 million to demolish it, and it had to be rebuilt. And right now the police are very happy that you almost tell us who was the first person to be there, after it was rebuilt. So Custody Suites, let's put up another one. So Custody Suites it has been rebuilt, and to the tune of 4.5 million, regardless, the noise, they were saying all kinds of things. And it was a reputable firm, contracted firm, that did it. So all the noise, duty-free vehicles for customs and correctional officers, that took place because, during COVID, they worked hard, especially the customs and the correctional officers, the policemen, etc. They did a remarkable job keeping our borders safe. You may have your issues about the policy. I'm not even going to blame the former government. I'm not doing that because I have my own views on that. But be that as it may, so you have to find a way to reward them for their hard work, their diligent work. And when people say civil servants are, not really, that's not true. You have you have some jokers. But you have a lot of hard-working officers. So they got duty-free vehicles, and that ended July. I think some people still get some rebate, but that's one of the show. Let's put another slide on. So, duty-free vehicles, $3.7 million for the construction of a building for the drug squad at La Toc, special squad. And I'm not sure if the new unit headed by Inspector Matthew is housed there, but they're doing fantastic work. You see, if you want the police to produce, you have to give them the proper environment. A place that is conducive, a place that they want to leave home to go to work, because that place is inviting and conducive. And the Prime Minister understands that. If you want the best out of your men, you have to ensure that they are comfortable, they're in comfortable surroundings. And so $3.7 million was spent to construct a building for the drug squad at La Toc. And they are producing. You're hearing some of the busts, a lot of busts and stuff. So when people are talking about, they say, no, I mean, there are constraints, yes, but they are producing. All right? $750,000 spent on the Regional Security System, RSS. Well, you know that you have heard of the RSS, to assist with citizen security. Sometimes you don't know, during Carnival, during big events, you don't know they're in plain clothes. And thank God, up to this point, we have had no major issues at our major events. You could put the next slide. All right? So $750,000, that is to keep us safe. Oh, big one. Drones, dashboard cameras, and body cameras. Because, some people complain about police brutality. Well, I don't give these people any time of day. Because when the police are doing the work, some of them interfere with the police while they're in the course of carrying out their duties. For me, whatever you get there, you could take. You must not interfere with the police when the police are carrying out the duties. You have to stay far. Some of them actually want to come and fight with the police. Leave the man alone. That's not your business. Allow the process to go and allow things to happen, and then there's recourse. You don't come and fight with the police as though you're the judge and oh, the man not guilty, why you doing the man? So we have drones. We will not tell you where they are, just as we have cameras, and we will not tell you where. Some people say, tell us where they. No, why would I tell the criminals where the cameras are? The same way when the police have roadblocks, you're on your status broadcasting, roadblock at shop. So all the criminals know that, so they know they have to pass back road. Don't do that. Don't do that. We have to get in the habit of, allowing things to happen. Yes, you are inconvenienced for a time. Oh, some of them the excuse. Oh, my friends might get stuck. Your friends might be the criminals. I was so shocked when I saw some DJs, the kind of artillery they found out there. Hello. The criminality is not marked on anybody's face. A lot of fellas who go to church commit a lot of crimes. A lot of crimes. Don't do that. Because you see, the gun that the police would seize from that vehicle might be the gun that, might have fired the bullet. So there are drones and other stuff that the Prime Minister has invested in to ensure that we are safe. National security is important. He has renovated and opened the Southern Divisional Police Headquarters in May. That's a few months ago now. I understood $4.5 million was spent there. I understood that was left, and the former Prime Minister, well, we know why. We now know why he could not do the things that he ought to have done. He wasted the money. Debt to GDP ratio was 101. They're fighting that back. 101% debt to GDP ratio, 101%. And so they had to resort to holding balls, fundraisers, barbecues and stuff to arm the police. Imagine that. Shameful. Have to resort to fundraisers to give the police what? Used TVs and microwaves? When you have, and you want to talk about crime now, man? Come on. Can't do that. You understand? So, invest in, renovated and reopened the Southern Divisional Police Headquarters in May. You could, next slide, there's another one. I forgot how many there were. So we're doing that. We don't have to raise funds. It is coming from taxpayers. And the levy that they want to take out, we'll discuss that in another show. $26 million $26 million program for upgrading the St. Lucia fire. Ooh, you heard the firemen themselves in praise of the Prime Minister for what he has done. You heard them that they were ecstatic. Never in the history had such a large investment been made into the fire service. Proper trucks. When you go to VG, you know, you look across, if you pass on the opposite side, on the road, how you call this road there? I know Mandela, not Mandela's Drive, that's Cemetery Side. The other part, and you look across, you'll see those fire trucks. Frank Tsunami Maya said it was 38 million was for the entire thing. All right? Not that, you know, there's Hambun, you must stop that. You are an island scholar. You have to behave like one. Now, enacted new police powers, expansion of witness, but these things are happening. You don't feel it, you don't see it, but there is investment in there. So people who have witnessed crimes, etc., and who will turn state witness, at least, you know, I know some of you will say, well, I'm not telling the police anything, I'm not going to tell the police anything, etc., because I fear for my life. I understand that. But we have to give those people, those witnesses, proper protection. And there is an investment in that. So when people tell you they're not, I mean, and when you think about the vehicles, both land and sea, people are laughing, you know, when they get jet skis. But man, these things are fast. And so, these criminals, when on the sea, they have equipment. We have to match them and surpass them. So you see, it's foresight. That we figure, well, you see, you only associate jet skis is when you go and you have fun and things. But it's an effective tool to combating crime. And Prime Minister invested in that. I think there was a partnership with Yamaha, I think, and they were able to get some stuff. Reinstatement of the police training vote. That was important. It was removed by the former administration because they had no money. The country is broke. COVID made it worse. So they couldn't finance police training, so they had to take it off somewhere. So they cut the training vote. Imagine that. Because you see, what you have to run, if you want to run a country like a business, this is not bringing profit, so you cut what is not making profit. But you have to understand, running a country is not like running a business. There are services that you must provide. Education, health, security. These are not sexy. You have to spend there. The returns, what returns? You'll not get returns. But you have to provide adequate health care. You have to provide proper education, national security. Do you understand? So if you're running the country like a business, I could understand why you would want to remove the police training vote, because there's no profit there. But government does not operate like that. It's not for profit. Government must provide the services that the country needs, that the citizens need. That is why we pay taxes. That is why we have a little 2.5% levy that's not squeezing anybody, to provide health and security. Education, not in that, because the money that we collect in that is I mean, that's just a little bit of money. That's $33 million. That's just a little drop in the ocean, a drop in the bucket. But you want to come and remove it so that you can come and hold barbecues and balls to fund the police. You're going backward. That should not happen. That will not happen. Increased penalties, of course. Legislation to ensure. Of course, we may have to revisit that, because sometimes you get a man for a serious machine gun on the road and you charge him, what, $5,000 bill? No, man. You get that serious thing, it's either no bill or you make the bill so exorbitant, can't pay that. So you'll have to think twice about owning an illegal firearm. Is that all we have there now? Oh, training. The government is forever training new recruits. 17, I mean, from the time 2021 to now, I'm sure if you ask, I should have done that before I came in there, but I just got that a few minutes ago. If you find out how many officers have been trained, you know, new police recruits, from the time I know, it might be about 200 to 300. That's a lot. You may say that, no, it's a lot. I mean, we are a country, I tell you already, we have no oil, we have no diamonds, we have no gold, no bauxite. We're not like, you know, I wish we could have hit it like Guyana there before all that. I saw they open a new bridge named after Jaglio. Oh man, that bridge stretches for miles and miles and miles. I wish we had that kind of money flowing, so at least the Prime Minister could have done more. And the big one coming up, the construction of the Northern Divisional Police Headquarters. When last did I go up to Grosely? I can't remember. I might have gone up there and I just did not pay attention, but you could see it's taking shape. And from all indications, it is well on its way to being open before the end of the year. So the police, again, will have adequate facilities, conducive facilities, so that they can carry out their duties. I understand there'll be a shooting range in there, so they don't have to travel all over the place. They'll be equipped. They'll have all what they need. You understand? And then the Prime Minister and the government have invested in training for crime detection, surveillance, and other modern crime fighting techniques. You have to do that. There is success, you know. Crime has gone down. Mr. Gad has been doing a fantastic job. I mean, forget the noise. He's been doing a good job. He has already commissioned his the top brass to make themselves available to answer questions, to face the public. And I understood last week, one or two of them might have been on talk shows, listening to what is telling you what is going on in the police service. So it is happening. Things are happening. So we mustn't be. We have to avail ourselves. So these things are not sexy. You don't see them. You don't feel them. But the right thing is being done. You know, the training vote has been reinstated, so police can get training. Of course, I would long for the day when the Lee law is lifted. I mean, Trump, President Trump, I mean, let's lift that law that is stifling us so that the police can be exposed to more training. The Lee law, we're looking for that. But in the absence of that, the Prime Minister is doing all he can to ensure that the country is safe, that the citizens of the country are safe, and is investing heavily in national security and the police service and the fire service. Very soon, the West Coast, its canneries, a substation will be open there. 2 ambulances will be coming. I said 2, one officially from the government, the other one on the real issues. I'll tell you where it's coming from. So, progress is being made in that regard. So, I want to big up the government, the Minister of Finance. You're not saying the country is broke. You're using the country's resources properly. You understand? Properly. And we have to be happy with what is being done at this point in time. So, let us move on. So, we're going to go to the first set I sent you. Technician. All right, so I can't take calls on this. I know you may have calls. That's fine. But let's look at another set. Now this time I'm going to just be a little more random as we take it in. So you could put up the first slide. Our record in the public sector workers, public servants now have access, listen to that, to 100% financing for loans of up to 400,000 through the St. Lucia Development Bank. So civil servants, if you're not aware of that, here is your opportunity to avail yourself. Do not remain in ignorance. Call the bank. I mean, you may not be aware. Call your union. Find out, because the union would be, that was not negotiated. That was just from the heart of the Prime Minister. But ask around, find out. So up 100% financing for loans of up to $400,000 for you, civil servants. Remarkable. Avail yourself to that opportunity. All right, you go to next slide if you so desire. Wonderful. All right, I'm just waiting. It's okay. $1,000 grant for legal fees, stamp duties for mortgages secured from SL. So you already have 100% financing. You have secured your mortgage. You get a grant of $1,000 towards legal fees for your mortgages. I mean, St. Philip, what more can you do? Next slide. Minimum pension payments to non-active public sector workers. Some of them are getting free something, $350, $340, $400. In some cases, they got a bump of almost 100%. So now, the minimum pension, of course, some people get more than that, but the minimum pension is $750. Just slightly less than Ghana if oil. Ghana is $775, I think. We are $750. You see how the country's resources are managed. $16.8 million in grants from the European Union to support the generation of employment. The generation of employment through private sector development project for TVET training. We have 4 TVET schools, TVET training, there's a lot going on there. There is NSDC and all stuff. There is money for that. $10,000 duty reduction on duties for vehicle purchases for public sector workers. It's those who qualified. And there's an extended duty waiver for frontline nurses, workers like nurses, etc. So you're on the front line, especially those who are on the front line of COVID, the government is still ensuring that you get something. $44.5 million tax-free back pay and $1.5 million in one-time payment to pensioners. Pensioners are next month, you're getting a raise. You're getting a little bonus there, government pensioners. NIC, do something for your pensioners. I mean, the Prime Minister cannot dictate to NIC what to do, but NIC can use their discretion and do something. So government pensioners, you receive 500, 600, and I understand in November, you'll be getting another 600. And civil servants, you'll be getting a bonus in December. So, I mean, Marcy will be happy, and all the other supermarkets and establishments will be happy, because when you get it, you spend it. And that's how you continue to generate economic activity. So government pensioners, one-off payment, 500, you got that, 600. We have another slide, no? Yeah, let's put it up. My technician is on the ball this morning. So the bonus is coming. Now, civil servant, I don't know what the bonus will be in December. I wish I was still in active duty. I suspect it might be a little more than what you got last time, you know. If I know St. Philip very well, it might be 50 cents more, but that is what he's doing. Now, the other side never did anything. Let us move on. Tax-free back pay, paid in February. You got that. 13% increase across the board. You got that. And I understand pensioners, you also benefited from that increase, because the Prime Minister says, no, you cannot have pensioners and the thing stagnant. We have contributed. Pensioners have contributed. So when there's a little increase, it's nothing much. Just maybe a few $100,000 extra. You could do that. I mean, if you have a reckless man like the former Prime Minister, then that would be a problem, because the country will be broke in no time, because he's just giving money away. But with prudent financing, you know, with Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre and Wayne Girard handling the finances of the country, we're good. I've got somebody. We're good. So we're not fearful. You understand? We are happy. So that has happened. We have another slide? Yeah, just put up the next one once it comes up there. All right. So government pensioners, NIC, well, NIC, you're rolling in dough, you know. You give your pensioners something, a little 300. They can buy a little ham, because this is the ham, expensive, $80, $100, and they can buy, you know, a little drink, a little shandy and stuff, just to make themselves feel happy. So we're doing it. Not sexy, but we're doing it. We're doing it. So when people come and tell you, what has Philip J. Pierre done? He's done a lot. I mean, I read for you a whole list. It is not exhaustive, because there's a whole list in crime fighting and national security and some of the stuff that we have here. So, and look, just last week, over 600 workers. Is it nice? Nice workers. Caregivers, the home caregivers were made permanent. That is a big deal. That is a big deal. People, and you heard, you know, you saw, yes, Mr. Peter Thomas and Karen Tobey, I understand and I agree with you. What you wrote, I'll not discuss that here. I agree with you all. But, you know, from the the joy and the abundance of the heart. People, who knows? I mean, people felt it. People felt it. They lived. That's a lived experience for them, being victimized and not being able to earn. And now that they are permanent, it's life with dignity. They can go to the bank, call a credit union, go to the bank and do. That's a big deal. For those of us who are already permanent, those of you who have permanent jobs and stuff, you may not understand, but who feels it, knows it. And they knew what they're coming from. So yes, that overtook them, maybe common sense, yeah. But sometimes you have to strike where it has the greatest effect and the greatest impact. And so Prime Minister Pierre has done that. He has given those caregivers life with dignity. They can hold their heads up high. They can face the lending institutions, and they can develop themselves, provide more for their families. Instead of 11 months of pay, they get 12 months continuously. And they have permanency. Man, you can't knock that. You can't knock that. So, there's a lot that is happening. And ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're Labour or UWP, you just have to face the truth. The PJP administration, all they have done is to put you first. Every action, every policy, there is no Belrose doctrine, there's no discrimination. All of us are treated as citizens, as equals. No one is left behind because of the political ideology or political affiliation or religious affiliation. We are treated with dignity as citizens. We are cared for across the board. We are not being told that if you do not subscribe to our philosophy, then you're not on board. No. We treat everybody with respect. Everybody. And so everyone benefits. And so I want you as a citizen, now I'm not calling you as Labour or UWP, as a citizen of St. Lucia, to think long and hard. And when you go to the polls, remember who is putting you first and where you should put your eggs. He's putting you first. Home caregivers, you think that's Labour alone? I mean, we'll delete that this afternoon on the radio shows. No, it's across the board. It's the Blue Wave. It's the Moody's Red. It's the Yellow Bus. It's everybody. All of us. We are one. And so I want you to remember that. Before we close, can we run video one? Wisdom. Yes, wisdom is found in the simplest of places in the nick of time. Listen to your young man tell you how.
I hope you all seen the defense of the country. When we had various former prime ministers, there was a lot of borrowing, but nobody see what we were doing with that all borrowing. Now you all can see the big difference, and only what they can talk a lot of flappers. What the man give us? Horse the man give us, and nothing just stand up there, nothing. Check, that man just come in, making school. All the country looking so well. So I don't know what St. Lucian want again. They say, open your eyes. And all of you are clapping. He must say, I'm not sitting, I'm standing. No respect for the country. I hope he can review all his meeting and his behavior in a platform is totally not acceptable.
Correct. What did the other side do? They were in power for almost 6 years. What did they do for you? Did they put you first? No. What did they do for you? I know what they did for the horses. What did they do for you and the police? Let me end here. I will see you this afternoon on the radio shows. Although I'm having calf trouble there, let me just see how I can rectify that. But I'll be with Shelton. I mean, come with me, and we shall take it from there. Until then, I'll see you for People First on Thursday at 9 a.m. Adios.